Hello and welcome again to Off the Beaten Tracks. Going to try something a little different again today. I don't know whether you saw my other video or not, but I was in my storage locker and I was showing my insanely stupid sized record collection. But at one time I had about 10 of these kind of file specially sized record boxes, and I emptied them out and put them in the seal boxes to be safer. But I did find that I'd missed one in there. So I have one of these boxes here today that I haven't looked inside it. This would be the first time I've seen it. These records have been in this box for 20 years, so I thought I'd do kind of an unboxing and we could all see what I have inside. Well, first, I used to put these on the inside. I was a collector at one time of Laserdisc. This is a Laserdisc of Living Color. I got rid of hundreds of Laserdiscs, but I did keep the music Laserdisc. This is Living Color. And so I used to put them on the sides so that so it took some of the stress away from the actual vinyl. And a Rod Stewart Laserdisc. Get to the record soon, I think. Okay, we're going to start with Dion, Streetheart, #1. Hasn't been out in 20 years. Well, it must be why he's smiling. Dion, Sanctuary. Maybe these are in alphabetical order. Who knows? Third is, okay, it could be anything in here, and it is anything. This is Romanian, spelled in usually folk songs and dances. Very pretty cover there. I don't know how much I spent for that. Next, another copy of Dion, Sanctuary, because you can never, let's face it, you can never have too many copies of this. Next, Dion. I have another Dion, Wonder Where I'm Bound. Surprisingly, Dion, Sit Down, Old Friend. I'm covering these really, a lot of Dion here. Oh, I've got, going out of the D's, I've got Zingara. All songs written by Lamont Dozier. So there's a connection to somebody you have heard of, because I've never heard of Zingara. Next, great band with great voices. Swing with the great voices of the great bands. I don't know whether, yes, this is the Johnny Man Singers and Cy Zettner Orchestra. That's kind of cool. I love these covers. Must be why I bought it. Oh, Frank Duvall and Fabulous Hollywood. Frank Duvall, of course, was the orchestra leader on Fernwood Tonight. Happy Kine, I believe, was his name. David Rose, I believe he wrote The Stripper. In this case, it's The Velvet Beat. Next, Disco Strings of Cloud 9. Probably not an album many of you have. I'm not even sure why I have it. To prove my point, David Rose, The Stripper. Next, we've got Jackie Gleason. I love these covers. Jackie Gleason, Night Winds, because there's nothing like smoking a cigarette when you're near a hot babe. This one's, no, I was going to say it was sealed. It isn't sealed. Oh, Rusty Warren. I don't know how many of you know Rusty, but she was quite the ribald comedian in her day. Lots of dirty jokes on there. Next to Harry Seacombe, who was a very religious man, one of the goons. Probably several of the goons by the size of him. Okay, here's a Dean Martin. A Million and One coming, running back, Shades. Dean Martin albums are about 10, 20 bucks now. This is a hi-fi fantasy pipe organ with George or Jorge, I think, Montalba at the mighty Wurlitzer. Next, the exciting sounds of Leo Diamond and his orchestra. I'd like to hear her exciting sounds. Far more interesting. Hymns of Johnny Desmond. Okay? 20 years, nobody's seen these. This is The Desert Song. Look at that cover. Those covers. Oh, Derek and Clive, Come Again. These were records that they recorded. They were doing Beyond the Fringe in New York. And as soon as they finished the show, they would go and have like 1,700 whiskeys and a couple of beers. And then they would go into a recording studio and they would do these Derek and Clive albums, wild, crazy, ad-lib, sometimes funny, sometimes not funny, but certainly drunken fun. And we're back to Dion. This one's You're Not Alone. And his albums certainly aren't. Next, we're going to go with Derby's Royal Occasion. This is interesting because I'm actually from Derby, originally in England. And this is the unique souvenir of the royal visit to the Jubilee City of Derby in 1977. I have it on record to commemorate that. Ooh, another great cover. Kiss of Fire. This is Del Los Rios. Sure know how to live in those days. Dickens of London. I don't know what this is. This is the Ivor Raymond Orchestra. Music and lyrics by, it looks like the Moti Norman. Calls themselves Moti. Next, Marlene Dietrich. People call themselves Marlene. This looks kind of cool. Okay, and another Marlene Dietrich album. I seem to be a lot of D's here, though I did stray occasionally. This is another David Rose album. This time he's doing the songs of Jerome Kern. Had some great girls in those days. Okay, this is Another Girl, Reflecting in Water by David Rose again. Miles Davis. Okay, I wonder if this is how old this is. This is around about midnight. Looks like an interesting copy. I should look at that and see how it is. Miles Davis, Water Babies. Night of the Living Dead Boys. Gotta have a little stiff beta in your collection. This is part of mine. Billy Vaughn, As Requested. I'm only halfway through this box. I'll try and keep them as quick as possible. Picture Disc of Fox and the Hound. Betty Davis, Carl Malden, Peter Lawford in Dead Ringer, music by Andre Previn. Felix DeCola, Romantic Piano, number 3. I hope it wasn't recorded on this, or it's not going to sound that good. Book of Numbers. This is Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee. This is Joey D and the Starlighters. 2 Tickets to Paris. Everybody's favorite Exotica. This is Martin Denny and Quiet Village. Everybody and his uncle had that. In fact, if I had any uncles, they would have had that. And to prove it, I've got another copy. Maybe somebody else's uncle sold me that. Family. Now, there's a good album. Roger Chapman, Family. These guys. This opens up, and it's kind of cool. And good band. And to prove it, I have another Family album. This also has some unusual cover. Family. We're in the F's apparently here. Another Family album. The same Family album. You can never have too much family around. That's always been my philosophy. And if you're going to the movies, go with your family. Love that cover. And I got another copy of this. Who knows? And Zip. Your guess is as good as mine. This is on Immaculate Records. Came out in 1988. Zip. I don't know. I think it's a 12-inch single. For some reason, these are sticking together. Okay, I've got Ian and Sylvia. Loving Around. I'm sure he did. That's why they broke up. The Kingston Trio. Stringing Along. And, this one's good. I really like this one. I actually have picked up some of her stuff, I think, recently. Didn't know I had this. This is Ethel Ennis. Good singer. Okay? If you're going to have Tomita, this is probably one of the albums to have. Snowflakes Are Dancing. excellent stuff on that. Electronic, kind of in the Carlos, Walter Carlos kind of vein. Jose Melis. Here you go. Just a few left. I'll try and keep these. Jimmie Rodgers, folk songs. Okay. Jimmy Dean, Mr. Country Music. This was before he was Mr. Country Sausage. This is Sandy Nelson, the drumming guy. Country style. What else I got here? Oh, Fats Waller. That's kind of cool. A handful of keys. Another Fats Waller. Down to the final few here, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting exciting. Who are we going to hit next? Why, the golden hits of the Smothers Brothers. And Ain't Misbehavin' by Fats Waller. Oh, 11 Spoonful. This is kind of cool. This opens up. Let's see if it's got any of the big songs. Bald Headed Lena's on this, so I'm looking forward to that. Let the Boy Rock and Roll. Interesting. 11 Spoonful. Do You Believe in Magic? Where on that one, but 20 years. Okay, I've got 11 Spoonful. What's Up, Tiger Lily? And last but not least, I can hear the drum rolls and the sighs of relief here. This is Arthur Godfrey presents Carmel Inn. Singer, apparently he liked her a lot better than he liked Julius LaRosa, who he fired on the air. So, and I'm guessing to look at her, I can guess why. So that was my box, 20 years. Now I have to put them in another box, tape them up, and seal them. Anyway, thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed, and there'll be more silly videos about my stupid record collection. Thank you so much for watching.